by train. But the other spin-off of this stuff, which is I think just as fascinating, is sometimes when you create data, you do it for one reason, and then you suddenly find that there's actually a second, a third, and a fourth reason that this data could now be used for. And a really good one that I think, again, with the rail one, is that the trains, obviously, with the sensors on the wheels, can tell you whether the tracks are flat and level, or if they're buckling up and down, or bowing in and out. And that data is of absolutely essential knowledge to the guys who own the network infrastructure, the guys who actually own the railways. Those guys have only got, I think, I can't remember how many, there's only 3 or 4 trains that are bristling with sensors that have to run around all of the tracks all over the UK finding this stuff out. And what they've now found out is, hang on, if I've got 200 trains all running all over the track all the time, my 3 trains that can't cover 25,000 miles quick enough, wow, I can get a whole bunch of really useful data without having to send this £7 million or £20 million train to go and find it out for myself. So suddenly we found the stuff to keep the train on the track can actually be used for the tracks. And that's actually got nothing to do with the train per se. So what we can do is recite it. Now that insight that we've got from data that you can call Internet of Things data, because it comes from the sensors, we can then take that data in its raw form and put it into a format that can be used for a different purpose. Mm-hmm. And that's, again, that's why there's interest in, combining informational technology and operational technology in order to deliver insight that we would not otherwise have got, or we would have got with a lot more difficulty. So again, that train example is a very good example of that.
Yeah, it's really clear and very interesting. So, I'm curious what you think about whether Hitachi Vantara's, new offering, new company, I should say, because I'm not sure that, some of it's new offerings, but a lot of it is just that it's been put together. Whether, who's the real competition for them, and how much does the fact that they can do IT and OT matter to customers? That's probably two different questions.
Yeah, I was going to say that is 2 different questions. I think ultimately it's going to matter to all customers that you can do both, because in most places there will be some form of operational technology that is of use. Even in the banking sphere, for instance, you still need, for instance, methods of identifying people. So things like finger vein technology, which is Hitachi technology. In infrastructure and construction, there are sensors everywhere. Again, you just have to look at the highways with the gantries above them and things like that, and connecting in speed cameras and things like, street lighting. You don't want the street lighting to be on all the time, but you want it to be on when somebody goes past, for example. All of those sorts of things become very, very pertinent when it comes to, saving energy, when it comes to reducing the strains and stresses that we're putting on the Earth's resources to make it easier for us to live here. Because the more of us there are, the more difficult it becomes to live here. And the idea is that you've got to try and save energy because that is a consumption that has a finite supply. So those sorts of things, Hitachi is very, very focused on. And it's therefore engaged with things like smart city, it's engaged with public safety, it's engaged with the railways and transportation industry, it's involved with manufacturing, all these different industry verticals where you can start putting sensors into machines and you can make sense of the data that the sensors are delivering in order to improve the efficacy, the productivity, the energy savings, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of, I hope that answers the first part of the question, or the second part of the question. And Hitachi as a corporation is absolutely already doing that. What Hitachi's now recognized is that by turning data systems and social innovation and so on and so forth into a single organization, they now have a single point of concentration, if you will, to enable us to connect the operational technology to this extended value, to what they call social innovation. In terms of